So hello everyone, my name is Adarsh Kumar and today this is our third day of learning Python for my CDP project. So yesterday we have done till yesterday, so have we done till this, and today we are starting with the function arguments in Python. Yesterday we have learned about this definition. We learned about some functions yesterday, and today we are going to learn about function arguments in Python. So first of all, what is an argument in function? So here's the definition. Arguments are the values that are passed into a function when it's called. A function must be called with the right number of arguments. If a function has two parameters, you must provide two arguments when calling it. So basically this statement says that if you have two functions, then this is necessary to have two arguments when you are calling it. Okay, and here is the example. You can see that this first we are creating a function named greetings, then we give an argument name here. So we also have, then we give a parameter name here. Sorry, it's my mistake. This is a parameter here, and so also we have to give one argument. So here the name Madhav is here the argument. So like these functions have worked, like how many arguments if you use two functions, then you have to give two arguments. If you give one function, you have to give one argument. So this is how this argument works. And there are some type of arguments here. So Python supports various types of arguments that can be passed at a time of the function call. First one is required arguments, single multiple arguments. Second one is default argument. Third is keyword arguments. Fourth is arbitrary arguments. So in required arguments, there are single multiple arguments. There can be arbitrary variable length arguments like args and quargs. So required arguments same as above. In the example I shown you how a required argument is like. So here's also an example. You see that there is a one parameter, so we have one argument. So required arguments are the arguments passed to a function in correct positional order. A function must be called with the right number of arguments. If a function has two parameters, you must provide two arguments when calling it. Example is function defined using one parameter variable. You have seen already the example I have shown you, and how I tell you that there is one parameter, so you have to put one argument here. And we are going to default arguments. You can assign default values to arguments in a function definition. If a value isn't provided when the function is called, the default value is used. Example, function defined using one parameter and a default value. Default arguments are values to arguments in a function definition. If a value isn't provided when the function is called, the default value is used. Example, function defined using one parameter and the default value is used. Okay, so here you can see this example. Def greetings name world print hello plus name. So this is the default argument. So here we in the calling we doesn't pass an argument, and we call this is the argument. So output will be hello Madhav. So we are learning this as an example, default argument example. You can see def greeting. You can see here these examples how this default argument works. So basically default argument says that you can assign default values to argument in a function definition. If a value isn't provided when the function is called, the default value is used. Okay, so here is the default value here. We assigned here a default value world. And if thought like if you thought you didn't give the argument here like in greeting dash, so this name world will be print like hello world. Okay, so default value is this. You can use it when you didn't give any argument to it, so default argument will be automatically print there. Keyword arguments. When calling a function, you can specify arguments by the parameter name. These are called keyword arguments, can be given in any order. Here you see the examples. A and B are two parameters. We written this code and with keyword arguments like a, b value 10, a value 20. These are some keyword arguments. Result, this is positional arguments like 10, 20 only, and this is a keyword because we used the keyword a and b here. So these are some keyword arguments example. You can see this. Arbitrary positional arguments, ARGS. So if you unsure how many arguments will be passed, use args to accept any number of positional arguments. For the purpose of the arbitrary positional arguments is allows you to pass a variable name of positional arguments type. The arguments are stored as tuple. Okay, so these arguments are stored as tuple. Usage, when you want to pass multiple values that are accessed by positions. So for this you can use this arbitrary positional arguments args. Here's example. So let me show you this example in VS Code. Wait a second, guys. So here I am gonna show you this example of arbitrary constant. So let's use it in here in VS Code. Some indentation error here. So if we run this, so answer will come as 10. So these are some argument. This is a arbitrary positional arguments because we use them when we don't know how many parameters we will give, how many parameters we will give. So we use as how much as we want. We can do anything like if I edit this, I can also use 5, 6, 7 and 9 as like anything I can use, and this will also give the output. You can see them. So here you can see this is 42. So arbitrary positional arguments are a very useful thing for us. It can be because we can use it anywhere. So we are saying that we can use this positional arguments when we want to use many types of parameters without the function. So we showed how these arguments work. So these arbitrary positional arguments are very useful thing because we can use as much of arguments we want without giving some parameters. Okay, so this is arbitrary positional arguments. So now there's also some example here. This is example 2. Like we give names, and we use for loop here for name in names, print hello name, and we give 3 names: Madhav, Rishabh and Vishakha. So let's also try this code. So we'll comment this all. So if we print this, then we will get hello Madhav, hello Rishabh, hello Vishakha. So this is the arguments we will use. So this is arbitrary positional arguments. These are very useful for us. Here we can use anything we want. And then another is arbitrary keyword arguments. If you want to pass a variable name of a keyword arguments, use this coargs. Purpose allows you to pass a variable number of keyword arguments with names. The argument are stored as dictionary. So this is stored as dictionary, used when you want to, and this usage is used when you want to pass multiple values that are accessed by names. And so here is an example. So basically this arbitrary keyword arguments tells you that if you want to pass a variable number of keywords, use if you want to pass a variable number of keyword arguments. Okay, this purpose allows you to if for a variable name, for variables we can use this coargs, means double star and anything. So these are very useful for us. Like here we will and this allows you to pass a variable name of keyword arguments with names, for we can do this coargs. So example one here, def we created on this. So let's try this in VS Code. So if we try this here, so here this item is print like item purchased apple 15, orange 12, mango 10, total 37. We used here, we created a function named shopping cart. We use coargs total, then print item purchased. We use for loop for item in price product, and we give value apple 15, orange 12, mango 10. So these are the ways we can do this. So this is the uses of coargs. We can use coargs when these are the things. So here I showed you how this thing works and how we use arbitrary positional constants and this arbitrary positional constant and arbitrary keyword arguments. Okay, here I showed example. These things are also the same as examples. So here are two things you have seen there. One is arbitrary positional arguments, second one is arbitrary keywords argument. So basically we learned about that in arbitrary position arguments we can use many arguments without we can use many arguments. If we use arbitrary arguments when we don't know how many arguments we have to use, we can increase these, decrease this as much as our mood. And in arbitrary keywords arguments, you see we can write many type of variables in it. So okay, these are the things. So here is a string in Python. Now we'll learn about strings. So string, first we will learn about here what a string is in examples. Formatted strings, escape characters, string operators. These are things we will learn in it. Strings in Python. A string is a sequence of character. In Python, strings are enclosed with a single parenthesis and a comma, or double or triple question marks. Okay, and here is an example. You can see how a string is done. Here the string is written by this parenthesis under a quotation. So this is known as strings. You can use double quotation, single quotation, and these all are strings. Okay, type of function arguments. For a formatted string in Python is a way to insert variable or express inside a string. It is always allow you to format the output in a readable and controlled way. These are the multiple ways to format strings in Python. Old style formatting, percentage operator, string.format method, f strings, formatted string literals. So first we know as formatted string method. This approach uses the percentage operator and it is similar to string formatting in languages like C. Syntax is here, saved here. So here is the syntax of formatted string percentage operator. Old style formatting percentage of this approach is the percentage operator and is similar to string like in C. Here is the syntax. So this is my name is percentage %s. So s means string and percentage %d. Percentage %s is a placeholder for string and percentage %d is for integer. Okay, so it is old style formatting thing. S is for string, D is for integer. So output will be my name is Madhav and I am 16. So this will be as printed as this. This is also an easy method, and this is formatted string str.format method. This is also known as anyone. This is also easy because these are also here we can have to only use format dot like name, age, anything. So this value will come always. You can see this here. And this is formatted string f string. This is popular in Python now because this is very useful for everyone. So in Python 3.6, f strings are most concise and efficient way to format strings. You prefix the string with an f or f, and variable or expression are embedded directly within curly braces. So syntax is f string f comma string variable. So example is here, my name is Madhav, age 16, print f my name is name, and this is also easy because we don't have to use this another bracket for name and age. We can use this all into the curly braces, and we can also perform expressions inside the placeholders. This is also thing in this. String operators here is in concatenation, repetition, slice, range, slice, memberships, given string, not in. These are some operators you can see is merely. Here is a plus b will give hello Python, name into b is hello. So this is will give e, this slicing. Okay. This is range slice, from where to where you have to slice. Now we will learn about string indexing. This is important method like string indexing. You can access individual characters in a string using their index. Python uses zero based indexing, meaning the first character has index of 0, index position of the character. So example is here like this starts from 0, m is 0, a is 1, d is 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5. This starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is known as indexing. Here you can see that. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. String indexing positive, negative, and from the right side you can use from -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. So this is also known as that thing. And here you can see, and this is string slicing. This is start and step thing in slicing, start and in step. This is in slicing. Start the index to start inclusive default is 0. Then how to stop slicing step, how to increment the index, and this is examples of anyone. String slicing examples. Here see, firstly we created a string Madhav and then 0 to 1. First character is known as also this. We have to know that start, step, end thing. So first one is start and this is step. Starts from 0 and not and when this is for the first character. This is only include 0 because it start will always include an end will not. Okay, if the step is not there, there will be always start and end. Okay, so it will start from end and 0 1. These are things. Start and start and start, and this is slicing. Okay, here you can see start. It will start from 0, end with 2 and have step 5. Okay, so every second character you mean here. End with 5 and step is 2. Okay, so it will print after 2. First is 0, so M, after 2 A D had So I am telling about these string slicing examples. So here I showed you how we can slice some strings. Like what is slicing? Slicing means you can. So I have tell you what is a slicing. Slicing in Python is a feature that enables accessing parts of the sequence. String slicing allows you to get subset of characters from a string using a specified range of indices, and these are indexes. Here I showed you how the arrange will be, how the arranging will done. Like from last it is -1, and it is from, if you start from the last you have to start with -1, -2, -3, and from if you starting from front then you have to start with 0 1 2 3. This is indexing. And let's do slicing. Slicing, I've showed you this, and we are discussing about here this string examples. Like I showed you, here is a name Madhav. So there are column start, step, index. So there are two. So this is start point and this is end point. So and the 0 means it was enable and 1 will not enable. So only 1 will print, like 0 will print, and 0 is M. So here the first character is M. It's 0 to 2, MA, like it start with 0 and 1. 0 and 1 character will print, like MA will print. This is start with 2 and end with 5. So it will DHA will print. This is here, and this start with 5 and so and it has only 5 letters. So last will be print. You can also use this like -1. So this is also correct, and this is start, step, index thing. Like it start with 0, it is end in 5, and the step is 2. Like 1 you have to print the number, like 1 forgotten, then another. So here are some examples of this. So here we will learn, now we learn about some string methods. There are some methods in like length method, upper method, lower, strip. So what is len? Len returns the length of a string, the number of characters. This returns the length of the string, how many words, how much words in this. Upper, it converts a string into uppercase. It's converted all the strings into uppercase. Second is lower, converts a string into a lower case. It is convert lower. So this is how it's done, and we are learning about lower case. So lower converts a string into a lower case. So this is the method, and another is strip method. This removes any leading and trying white space, including spaces, tabs, or newline character. So basically strip removes all the spaces between the strings, like it is a white space, tabs, or newline character, so strip will remove it. Count returns the number of times a specified value occurs in a string. It counts the return the number of times a specified value occurs in a string, like it will give the value of a word if it printed twice, thrice. So this is find, searches the string for a specified value and return the position of where it is found. Okay, and then the other is title, converts the first character of each word to uppercase. Splits the string at the specified separator and returns a list. Okay, and this is replace. This is the syntax of replace old new. Replaces all occurrence of a substring with a new substring. Okay, these are some string methods we have seen here. So basically first we will revise all this and we will do some question of it in VS Code. From here we will do some question in it in VS Code. So here for the string, now let's see. Here are the examples how this string will work. So let's print this string here. Wait a second, guys. So here you can say it's print the value. Quotes and single quotes can be tricky. Okay, so this is a one string. Now we will do another example of this. So I have told about the formatted arguments, how we use. This is a old style formatting percentage operator. This approach uses a percentage operator and is similar to string formatted in languages like C. This is a percentage thing. This is also happens in C languages. So these are both similar. We use percentage here. Here you can see this. So let's try this code in VS Code. So here you can see my name is Madhav and I am 16. Also I tell you this percentage S is for the string and percentage D is for integer. So this is also correct. Now let's moving. This is one example, and let's do this formatted str.format type question. This is also important for us to see this question. So here you also see that my name is Madhav and I am 16. This is also formatted thing question. And now we see f string. This example. So here also you can see this is the f method. This is very popular and everyone in this code they are using this method, formatted string method, because it is easy and very understandable. So here you can see f a comma, then the bracket, then my name is this and this, and this is this examples. And then I tell you about this string operators, the operator plus, multiplication, bracket, this range, slice, membership, raw string format. These I all told you. Basically you know all of this. In here I showed you string indexing. So let me show an example of string indexing in VS Code. There is some error in VS Code. Why it is not printing, I don't know. But this is how we print all of these things. Okay, this is string slicing, string index. So that's how we will print and string index everything. We showed here. Now we will learn about some loops in Python. In loop we learn about while loop, for loop, range, functions, loop control statement. So here loop enables you to perform repetitive tasks efficiently without writing redundant code. They iterate over a sequence like a list, tuple, string or range, or execute a block of code as long as the specific condition is met. So there are three types of loop. We say while loop, for loop, nested loop. So first of all is a while loop. While loop repeatedly execute a block of code as long as given condition remains true. Okay, it checks the condition before each iteration. So while loop checks conditions every each iteration. Okay, so here is the syntax of it, like print number 0 to 3. We have to print a number 0 to 3. First we will start from 0, count will give value, well, then while count value is less than 4, so 0 1 2 3 will be output. So here we show that it checks the condition before every iteration. Okay, while loop, here's another example of while loop examples. Else statement, and else clause can be added to loops. It executes after the loop finishes normally, not terminated by break. Example. So here this is another example from we have to print like we have to print backwards. So first of all its value will be 3 2 minus 1. So this output will be 3 to 1. Here this while loop we converted, it checks again the iteration. And the another is for loop. The for loop in Python used to iterate over a sequence such as a list, tuple, dictionary, set, or a string, and execute a block of code for each element in that sequence. So the for loop in Python used to iterate over a sequence, and this is applicable in list, tuple, dictionary, set, or string, and execute a block of code for each element in that sequence. So here the syntax is for variable in sequence. This is for and this variable, and then there is the example like language for x in language print x. So value will print python. Use this is correct, and now we will So I'm telling about you this range function. So this range function is to repeat a block of code a specified number of times. We uses this range function. The range function returns a sequence of number starting from 0 by default, increment by 1 by default, and stops a specified number. Syntax is range, like stop, start, stop, step. This is a syntax of range. Start is an optional thing and step is also optional thing, but you have to start and steps are optional, but you always have to put stop in it. The end of sequence exclusive. So start is optional, the beginning of the sequence default is 0 inclusive, stop, the end and the sequence exclusive, step optional, the difference between each number and the sequence default is 1. So this is range function example. You can see like for I in range, and this is stop 5, means it will stop till 5, means 5 is excluded. Okay, 5 is excluded. Here I show you that this is stop is exclusive and these two things, this is inclusive. Okay, so this is stop. So 0 1 2 3 4 5, and this is start, stop, step. So start will count, step will count, and but this 10 is not because this is exclusive. For loop example, here you can see for loop example. So we use else statement here. So for loop example, an else clause can be added to the loops it execute after the loop finishes normally. For I in range, this is stop, will stop in 3, print I, means 1 2 3 will print, and else then loop completed. Okay, so let's do this examples in, we will do this range examples in VS Code. First of all, this basic example how this start stop step is used. Like see, I printed this, so output will, here you can see 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so here is output is 0 1 2 3 4, and now we will see another one. This is another example of start stop step. So first we will comment this, and this will print this like this 1 3 5 7 9. So this is the range function does. Okay, and this is the for loop example for a range. Let me try my code myself. We will take a new question in it. For I in range, I will give a start value 1, end value 99, step value 8. Okay, print I, and it will use else also, else print over. Let's try this code. So here you can see this code will come here 1 9 17 25 33 41 49. This is how this range function works. Okay, so this is how this range function works. This is the example I showed you here, and now there are differences. And what are the differences between while loop versus for loop? Here is the while loop versus for loop. So while loop keeps running as long as condition is true. It is generally used when you don't know how many iterations will be needed beforehand, and loops continues based on the conditions. So here the while loop is used for when it will be run when when the condition is true. If the condition is false, it will automatically exit the loop. And it is generally used when we don't know how many iterations we will use. Okay. And for loop, a for loop iterates over sequences like a string, list, tuple or range, and runs the loop for each item in that sequence. It is used when you know in advance how many times you want to repeat a block of code. Okay, so for loop will use when we know how many times we have to use a block of code. Okay, and while loop is used when we don't know how many times we will use this. There are some loop control statements. Like loop control statements allow you to alter the normal flow of a loop. Python has 3 clauses within loops. So first is pass statement, second break statement, third continue statement. There are loop control pass statement. So the pass statement is used as a placeholder. It does nothing for the future code and runs entire code without causing any syntax error. Already covered in functions. This we already learned before also. So it does nothing. Like me, I also do nothing in my life. I am doing nothing. So I am like pass statement. If you forget, then see my face and learn about that. I am a pass statement. I do nothing. So we have to use this. Let's use this in VS Code and then see what will happen. It's happened nothing. Nothing will happen there. So we'll run this code and you can see nothing is happening. No code, no thing, nothing. The syntax is not wrong, but it's doing nothing. So this is like pass statement, and this is me also. And the another is break statement. The break statement terminates the loop entirely, exiting from it immediately. So break statement breaks the loop. Okay, so it breaks the loops. Like as an example, we have till 4. Okay, we have given a stop value 5. So the output should be 1 2 0 1 2 3 0 0 1 2 3 4. But here we given a value that if value comes 3, then break the statement. So only the value till 3 will print, like 0 1 2. Above example, the loop terminates when the condition is 3. Let's try this code also. So here we can see this. So the answer is 3. You can see the output should be 0 1 2 3 4, but we break it at 3. If we comment this thing, like we comment these two things, the output should come like this. Wait a second. Wait a sec. Answer is like 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3. So this is what break statement do. And now there's a loop control continue statement. This continue statement skips the current iteration and move to the next one. Or also this continue, like I have to also want to print 4 but not 3, so I will use continue statement. It will skips the part 3 and this also print the 4 value. So output should be 0 1 2 4. So this is how. And now there's a comparison between break versus continue statement. Break statement example, pass statement count. Okay. So the count is 5 and 0 should not be printed, and we are minusing it. Okay, in 3 this will pass and print count. Okay, so in this 3 it will pass, like it will do nothing. 3 for nothing, it will do not print anything. The loop goes on. the loop will do nothing in it. Let's see this example also. This is also an interesting example. So here you can see 4 5 4 2 1, 3 skips. We skips the 3 because we use pass statement and it will pass this thing. Okay, fuck you. And the continue statement example, here we can see it is continue, then it is skips the oh, this is infinite loop. This example does an infinite loop. We given a value while in if count is equal to 3. Okay, so we continue this, like we can't skip this will, because we given it into a loop. We are not using for loop, we are using while loop. So while only do work when the condition is true. So there is a true, so this going, and for here it is a pass. Pass means this code will only run, not goes into infinite loop. Valid user input while true. So here is also an example of, like, it is only print when it is true. If I give exit, it will print you congrats, you guessed it right, and the statement will break. And if I print a stop, then this will do. Let's try this. This is some interesting code. Here let me see, we will give a stop. If we give a stop, giving error. Achha, this is the error. Okay, sorry. Let's no, this is not giving anything. So we printed stop. So you entered user input. Okay, so we printed stop and so it shows like that I exited and this happens. Okay, so how we learn today, these are the things we learned, like loop, for loop, while loop and range functions. While loop, for loop, range functions. This is slicing, indexing, we all learned today. This is how we learn today. So these are things we learned today. today's lecture we have done it and we have learned everything in it. So this is for all today. I will come in another lecture and we will learn about some extra things in it. We have learned today while loop, for loop, range functions, string, slicing, indexing, everything. We have shown the questions, answered all of this. So thank you for today.